Students, one of our relatively shorter lessons will be graphing calculator practice. And so I think you've seen this from time to time. My TI-84 plus CE still in great condition after all these years. Actually, I don't know how many years actually. But anyway, we will, so again, I think I said to you guys before on one of our live Google Meets that if you guys have this, you're planning to become or major in something in math and science realm. I think this is the calculator to get. Right now, of course, money can be an issue, and so here are a couple free apps, and I'll show you one of them because I do not have an iPhone. So iPhone users, Calculate 84, pink white icon, and then I'll show you guys WabbitMU right now for the Android. So let me get that squared away. So on the calculator, yes, I have a calculator folder. Now you know. Desmos is okay too as well, but I would just rather use the WabbitMU just because then this emulates the real TI-84 CE. Okay, there are different options of which one to download. Download, I think, the lowest list, which is the TI-84 CE. Then that way you guys can graph in color, and it has the same, pretty much the same options as the normal one, and it should be free. Obviously, you cannot use this, like I said on the live, obviously you guys cannot use this on the AP Calculus test on your cell phone. So hopefully the school has been providing, but getting one yourself too would be also okay. But you have your options for right now. Okay, let's go ahead and get started on this one. A lot of this right now is just really using the graphing calculator to our advantage of inputting. There's going to be a lot of inputting, especially in the FRQs, free response questions. You have a function, you're just gonna input that, and there'll be a calculator symbol. So on the AP Calculus test, you will have two portions: a no calculator portion and a calculator portion, and it will be clearly marked and it will be portioned off on the test as well. On the calculator portion, although there are some problems that you don't really need a calculator, problems like this would probably be a little bit easier to do. Let's just do number one. Okay, I mean, I'm not not doing that by hand. It's going to be a little bit too difficult for me. So one way you guys can do this is if you set the y equals, I'm going to clear this one off, and then afterwards let's put in this function in the y1 value over here. So let's go ahead and find that cube root function, and I think we're going to have to go to math. And then so option 4 will give us a cube root, and then option 5 will give us the other roots if you want to input a 4 or 5th or 6th root, etc., depending on the problem. So we're just going to select option 4. Okay, to make this into a fraction, especially if you have the TI-84 plus CE, you can go back to math, and on the number portion you have, and I scrolled up, so you go back down, you have the numerator over denominator, and that's just going to help us out way more. Than that way you don't have to put the parentheses. Okay, so the x again is going to be on this row over here with the x tau, oh my gosh, theta. Am I forgetting all my Greek letters? Yes, I am. So let's just do x plus 1, and then you have 2 over here. And then you can hit the right cursor key, and then you're pretty much good to go. You don't even have to hit it. I think this is fine. Okay, then you're going to quit. Second quit to go back to the calculation mode. Okay, to do g of 1,000, there is a small shortcut, and the small shortcut is going to be alpha trace. I'll do it again one more time. Alpha trace. Okay, so if you need to write it down, so let's go right down the steps over here. So input g of x in the y equals, okay, and then put it in the y1. And then you're going to go alpha, green button, and then trace. Once you guys open that up, then it opens up these options of the y1s, y2, y3, y4. Because we've put it in the y1, we're going to hit enter over here, and then we're going to put a left parentheses and then put in 1,000. And then close that parentheses, then it'll give you that. Okay, so for our class, we're going to truncate to 3 decimal places, so it's going to be 7.939. If you do 7.940, that's fine too. AP will accept that. If you do 7.938, they will not accept that. So either truncate or round. For our class, let's just do truncating, and that will be okay. Okay, so G of 1,000 is equal to 7.939. I really like this option because then that way you're just inputting values by using alpha trace. So alpha trace, oh shoot. Okay, so sometimes it does that when you press some buttons that you're not supposed to be pressing. But anyway, here's the graph of G of X, but we didn't need that. Okay, so alpha trace, we'll do Y1 again. So that's one way to do it. Another way is you can go back using your history and put that and press enter. Okay, let's go do that actually here. Here we go. And you can just delete these over here if you really want to. Okay, and it's going to be 1 over 200. You can go 1 divided by 200, or you can use the fraction bar. The division was just a little bit easier at this point. So 0.795 will be ours for the taking. G of 0.795. All right. Let me go stop the video for a little bit, but this is really how you are going to do the next set of problems on your own. I do want to remind you guys, natural log buttons, and your log buttons are right below over here. Okay, let's see. I did discuss about the fraction bar. So fraction bar, it's going to be on math and a number. That's just going to be a little bit helpful than just using the division sign. Okay. Your E is going to be, you got to hit second and then your natural log, because on top of that is your E. Okay. So when you do to the 1x, just make sure, so I'm going to hit second and E. Bam. It looks like this. And then just make sure you put parentheses 1 over x. So 1 over x. I know I'm inputting it in the wrong place. It should be on your y equals. Just letting you know, just make sure you put parentheses on that. Okay. I would also like for you guys to put parentheses. Take a look at number 6. I don't know why my computer program does this. Please put parentheses on that too as well. For AP Calculus from now on, please, when we are using tangent, cotangent, your 6 trigonometric values, make sure your mode always, all the time. You should not be changing it into degree mode. It will always be in radians. AP Calculus will not have you set it to degree for one question and radian for the other question. It will always be in radian mode. I guess as of 2020, okay? Unless they try to change that, and then you'll get notified. All right. And then absolute values as well should be over here. Just go to math, number, and then the ABS. Okay. All right, let me just stop the video for a little bit. I'm just going to keep continuing on. I'll just pause it for a little bit. Okay, what's going to be weird is I already took that short break, but then the video just I just pressed pause. Okay, so I'm back already. Let's do some storing problems over here. Sometimes you have a lot of decimals, and the thing with a lot of decimals is you don't want to be rounding in the middle of your steps. You always want to keep all of the decimals, and then at the very end you want to round them. Okay, so say for example, you did your calculus, and then somewhere along the way you have this value for k, and then you're gonna have to finalize it. So let's just go ahead and store that. To do this, let's go ahead and type this number 7.89527345. And let me just make sure everything matches. 8952735. Okay. Once you hit that, above the on button is your storage, STO, and then you have that right arrow. So after you input your number, let's go ahead and press that. And then so what's going to happen is you're going to have that right arrow, and it's asking you to program a specific letter. So the letter, for the purposes of this problem, we're going to store it in letter K. So to store it, I see already the letter K above the open left parentheses. So to grab that, we're just going to hit alpha again. So alpha and then K. All right. So when that happens, hit enter, and then it is going to be, so it's stored already. Then we're going to type in the K's, And we're going to type this in the calculator because it has already been stored as that specific number for k. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to have to do alpha again. So alpha k squared is over here already, plus 6 alpha k minus, and then there's a fraction, so I'm just going to use my number. It just helps a lot, especially then that way you're not having to put parentheses around over here, which you should if you're using the division sign. Okay, so if you're using the division sign, you should be putting parentheses around over here. Having the fraction bar kind of eliminates that. Okay, so 15 over 7 times, we don't have to press times anymore, alpha k. Okay, all right, and then let's just kind of get that. Then we have 100.435, and we're going to truncate it to that. Okay, so equals 109.435. Okay, and so that's how you are going to do numbers 10, 11, and 12. All right, it's up to you guys to do all these. Okay, so do numbers 1 to 12. But if you want to move on to the next video, please go ahead and do so. I'll see you guys on the next video.